2 years ago, I started my first business, my SaaS business. I was selling Go High Level CRMs to anyone I could find. And so after I think probably about a year of doing that, I realized these three mistakes that I was making, and then I fixed them. And so flash forward to now, I don't just sell a CRM. I actually do the whole marketing gig, and I come in and revamp businesses, and that's what I do for work. It's a lot better. It's a lot more profitable, and I know what I'm doing now. But it took me a while to get there. And here are three mistakes that I made on the way, and this is how you can fix them. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Steven. I make videos for people, entrepreneurs, like-minded individuals who want to grow their brand, grow their business, grow themselves, and just become better people. So if you like this type of content, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you want like a bunch of crazy edits, this is going to be very like raw footage. And the reason why is because I'm teaching you something, and this is important. And so if you're trying to start a business, you need to pay attention to stuff like this. So odds are that's probably why you clicked on this. So if you need dopamine, go watch TikTok. Don't start a business, because McDonald's is always hiring. By the end of this video, you will not make these mistakes if you learn the stuff I'm talking about. So you're either going to make the mistakes, guaranteed, you're either going to make the mistakes, you're not going to make the mistakes, or somewhere in the middle. That's my guarantee if you watch this video. So here are the three things: everyone, everywhere, and everything, right? And so this is a mistake that I made. I was trying to sell to everyone, right? Any person that I could come across. Usually, obviously, it's a business-to-business thing. So I would try to find any contractor I could find ever, anywhere, and then try to sell them on my service. Okay. And the problem that I made with this is that when you try to sell to everyone, you're actually selling to nobody. Because if I can help a select 100 people solve their problem, then they're more suited for my program. My program is more lucrative for them. There's more value involved than if I'm trying to sell to everyone, right? So like, not everyone needs to buy your fitness program, dude. You know, like, not everyone's fat. And so not everyone has to buy that stuff. And so that's why you don't want to sell to everyone. And that was a mistake that I made, was that I'd find any contractor I could find and try to sell them my thing. And then half of them didn't want it and didn't understand why. Right. So that was the first mistake. The second mistake was that I tried to sell everything. And so when I say everything, I'm talking about specifically, I was selling features. Like if you're looking at this, this is features. This is a really big, this marker's going out on me. This is a really big problem for first-time entrepreneurs, and this is a mistake that I've made. And even still, sometimes I make this mistake, is that we're trying to sell features. And you shouldn't be selling features, you should be selling benefits. Nobody wants to hop on the plane, sit next to the smelly old guy, buy the ticket, go to the hotel, pay for the Ubers, unpack their luggage, pack their luggage, get their dog to go somewhere while they're on vacation. They just want to sit Mai Tais on the beach, and that's why they booked it. And so if you were trying to sell somebody on that, well, the plane ticket, the plane's really comfortable, and like, I don't know if that makes sense. Nobody's buying the process. They're buying the results. They want the vacation. So when you're a business owner and you're selling something to a customer, the value behind it, you're not selling them a new kitchen cabinet. You're adding value to their house. You're making their kitchen look nicer. And so that was a mistake that I made, was I was trying to sell everything. And particularly, I sold a CRM platform, so I was trying to sell review campaigns, database reactivation, automations, websites, funnels, you name it. Like anything you could do with a CRM platform, or at least go high level CRM platform, I was trying to sell that, right? And so nobody cares about, how you can drag and drop your opportunities in a pipeline stage. It's a simple CRM mechanic. So don't sell that to somebody, right? You need to sell what they're getting. If you get this CRM, you can follow up with your customers, and then your customers will come back. Your prospects will come back, right? You can send them an automatic text that says, "Hey, Sean, I just sent you this YouTube video, and it has some free information on what exactly we do. If you'd like to check that out, or if you check that out, let me know how it is, and then also give me a call back if you're available anytime." See, you want to leave CTAs, you want to give them a reason to call you back. That's why a CRM is good. And if you can show them the numbers, right? If you have 1,000 prospects and they come back in, I get 10 of them to come back in, and you close 10 sales, and all 10 of those sales is 10 grand. You just made 100 grand off a CRM platform. That's something. That's something. And when you're selling to a specific person, right? Not everyone, but one person, you can make a detailed service for them. And that's exactly what I was able to do when I was working with car detailers, was I had created a CRM platform that was specifically designed for them. I had email nurture sequences. I had PDFs and lead magnets that were specific to car detailers and how ceramic coating works and how to clean your car and all this shit. Like I created this all-in-one platform, this package for car detailers, and it was very lucrative. There was membership pages and all sorts of stuff, right? But you can't do that when you're not selling to one person. And then on top of that, I didn't tell them I got a membership page and I got database reactivation and it's really good and it has a good return rate. Like, I don't say that stuff. I just say, you will make more money. Do you want to make more money? Yes. Sign this piece of paper, right? That's it. That's all you have to do. All right. And then everywhere. So this is a common mistake. Selling everywhere is not bad. It's a good thing, right? Obviously selling in multiple places. And when I say that, I mean like forms of outreach. So DM, SMS, email, phone, ads, organic content, right? That's all good. The problem is when you go everywhere, you can't get good at one thing. So it's like you have a bowl of like marbles and you just start placing the marbles all in different places. When in reality, you should have the marbles all in one bowl and then attack with that. And so I think as a first time entrepreneur, there are like a few lead generation outreach methods that you should use to close deals and to get more confident in your sales. So my tip would be, as a first time entrepreneur, and I still do this to this day, is cold calling. And honestly, it's all cold, but cold calling is my favorite one because I think it has the best return. But here's the big thing that I want to talk about here, right? Because when you're selling, obviously there's CAC, right? There's CAC, cost per acquisition, right? So when you're selling at first, especially if you don't have any money or your business isn't making money, your CAC should be time. It should be time. It should not be $2,000, because if you spend $2,000 on ads and you don't get anything in return, in B2B business specifically, I will say that. In a B2C, it's a lot easier. Like you can put $2,000 down on B2C and probably like 2x at least in the first month. But you're not going to 2x with a B2B service, especially if you don't know what you're doing and you're not confident behind the camera. And also, like if you're in marketing, it takes years for you to get good at this stuff. So you can't just stand up in front of a camera and say, I can add 50 grand to your bottom line in 2 months, because you just can't do that. I mean, maybe you can, but I mean, it took me a while to get to where I'm at. And so, yeah, your cost per acquisition should be time, not other people's time. Don't hire employees. It's stupid. Time, your time, first time business owner. And the best thing to do is sit in front of your computer and your phone and cold call people all day, because it sucks and nobody wants to do it. But if you do cold calling for 2 or 3 years, it gives you confidence in sales. It gives you confidence. Like imagine you do a bunch of email outreach and then you get sales calls, which, I mean, I'm not going to say email's bad, but it's not as lucrative as cold calling. And so on cold calling, you get to psychologically reinforce your existence to the person that you're speaking to. Whereas cold email, they don't see your face or hear your voice. And so by the time you actually get on the sales call, which is further down the funnel than the actual like cold outreach point, then you're nervous and you don't know what to do. But if you cold called them, you already spoken to them, you had a demo call, then you actually had a decision time, like now you know them and it's personal. And so it's easier to make this connection. But if all you're doing is emailing them and then you send them over a proposal, they're not going to do it. That's really big. So that's my rant on that. But here are the 3 things that you need to do. This is, I stick to this kind of to this day to an extent. 1 service, 1 avatar, 1 channel. So when you're starting out, you should have 1 thing that you're selling. And here's the main bottom line of this whole thing is that you're getting good at 1 thing. And so when you're good at 1 thing, it's easy to duplicate. So if you had 1 avatar and your avatar is dentist and your service is dental equipment and you're reaching out via cold email and you do that over enough period of time, you will start to see success. And once you get the first 2, 3, 4 customers, it's easy to replicate. You can turn it into 100, 200 customers. But you can't do that if you have 7 services and 18 avatars and you're doing 10 channels. Like you need to perfect your craft and then move on. So like you can do multiple forms of outreach, but perfect your craft first. Obviously, like on the inside, internally, you should probably have a CRM automation set up where you're following up via email nurture sequence after the sales call, but not before. Like I think the best thing to do for B2B is cold calling, or go door knocking. Like go door knocking if you're a B2C. It sucks, but again, perfect the craft. Avatar. This is so important. Do not ever forget that the more people that you're trying to service, the less likely you are to actually help 1 person. Pick 1 avatar and get good at that thing. One of the biggest things I can learn from my last business venture was that you need to know everything about the person that you're speaking to. You need to know where they like to watch content. You need to know how the stuff in their business works. You need to know why their wife doesn't like them. You need to know how much they're making and monthly income. You need to know their proclivities. You need to, everything about this person you need to understand. And so when I was working in car detailing, I knew a lot. I knew who these guys were. And after learning about them for so long, I said, fuck that, and moved somewhere else. But that's my prerogative. And so it took me a while to get there, but I finally made that decision. And that came from learning the niche. You're going to learn the niche. The hardest niche is the one that you started today. Over a span of 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, you'll really get to understand the people in your environment, the people that you're working with. And I think I kind of just been covering it like out of order, but 1 service, 1 thing, 1 person. and one channel. Do not forget that. That is like how it should be for now, at least for the first 6 to 12 months. Honestly, the first 5 to 10 clients. Okay, and obviously in the background, you should have like email nurture sequences and stuff like that. But on the front end, this is the things you can be doing because this is easily replicatable. Whatever. So I hope that made sense. This was kind of a shorter video, but I just wanted to kind of drill this home because I feel like there's some people that start a business and have no fucking clue what they're doing. And me, that's where I was. And I was a dickhead, and it took me a long time to stop being such a silly pants. That's the word I'm going to use. So yeah, I stopped being a silly pants when I did these things. And so if you don't want to be a silly pants, you should do these things. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click the like button. And also, if you're a contractor and you're looking to get more jobs in your calendar, click the link below, schedule a call, and I will speak to you one-on-one and we can figure it out together. If you enjoyed this, have a great day. Stop scrolling on social media because it's pointless.